Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Donjo number EL-203 in an SL finish. I have one removed from the packaging, and let's take a look at it right now. That is a fairly unusual strike in the sense that it is, well, 2 3/4 tall, and of course 3-inch extended lip. You don't see this one sold all the time or even remotely common. The more common ones, of course, are the 2 1/4 inch tall strikes, but here's your 2 3/4 version. Not unheard of. You can very commonly have 2 3/4 T strikes. We call them T strikes because if you turn them on end, they look like the letter T. But this would be considered a full lip strike. You can see why we would call it that. We might also stretch the imagination and call it a D strike as well, but D strikes are generally, again, 2 1/4 thick. Now, I mentioned earlier that this is 3-inch extended lip. First of all, let's confirm the height at 2 3/4. Now, the overall width of this strike is about 3 5/8. 3-inch, of course, is the distance from the center line of the screw holes to the edge of the lip, and that is actually how strikes are defined. Okay, now what we have is also a link below this video to a document called template. So you can click below there to the template and pull up all of the important dimensional properties of this strike beyond what I've already reviewed with you, and you'll see exactly that 3-inch dimension. So again, the lip length is defined from the center line of the screw hole to the edge of the lip, regardless of the strike type that you're dealing with. Where are you going to use such a strike? Well, it's not uncommon to have a 2 3/4 tall strike is common for deadbolts. So you'll have a strike that's 2 3/4 when it's a deadbolt. Imagine if you have a slam latch, like a Schlage B250 series slam latch, and it's on an exterior door. Well, let's say that latch bolt is making premature contact with casing or brick mold or shutters or the wall condition itself, or perhaps the door is inset into the frame abnormally deep, which could account for a standard keyed lock that would have a 2 3/4 tall strike. So speaking about the inset of the door, when you stand on the pull side of the door and run your hand over the face of the door in the jamb, the door is inset typically a very small amount, maybe 3/32 of an inch. The standard strike is about 1 3/8 inch, inch and a quarter, 1 3/8 inch and 5/16. Well, imagine if your inset was 1.5 inches. You would need a longer lip strike to mitigate that problem. So these are just scenarios where you might bump into the requirement. Glad it wasn't glass. Where you might bump into the requirement of an extended lip strike. And if you're thinking extended lip strikes, you might need to also think about wide throw hinges as well. Occasionally those two product lines go hand in hand. Now this is steel. This is the EL-203. That part number defines this strike as its dimensional relationship and the way that it's packaged. It's what they would call polybagged. The SL, of course, means silver coated. This is going to be a powder coat over a steel base material. Okay. This is also going to be available in other finishes, and generally in the template they refer to those, and the only finish they refer to in the template is to BP, which would be a brass plated sort of finish. It's brass. It's not a great brass, but it's not that it's not great. It's not a superb quality brass because it's on steel. But you can do BP for brass, DU for dark bronze or a Duranautic coat. It would emulate an oil rub bronze. While it's not oil rub bronze, it would be the closest. And again, it's a powder coat over a steel base material, generally steel based. And then SL, when they powder coat finishes, anyone will generally use the least expensive base material since you're going to literally powder coat it. Spray it, heat it up, electrical charge, and you'll have a very durable finish like you do on this strike from Donjo. Screws are included in a complimentary finish as well. There's also a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure that will allow you to review not only all of the Donjo strike plates, that are extended lip in nature, but all of their strikes, they're security strikes for lock sets and for deadbolts. Hardware that will allow you to mitigate damage to a frame, maybe a long 18-inch piece of steel that can be used as a strike to help not only allow the locks to do their job of securing the door in the closed position, but also reinforce and also repair a frame at the same time. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Danjo products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Danjo number EL-203, silver-coated extended lip strike, or any other Danjo product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.